energy, mass. Then that's more and more change, dissolving, ultimately become wave, rays, and ultimately become infinite speed of force or will. No more show in the physical way, like ray, radiation, etc. Ultimately become will itself, which not manifesting at all. At that time, you accomplish your journey to return to its yourself, your origin, to return your origin, and to return you yourself. What's that? To return to yourself. So, the consciousness development in this world is equal day-to-day life and equal what we are eating, equal what we are thinking, and equal growing old age, age to age to age. Okay? Whole day-to-day life, whole life itself is the development of consciousness. That is not existing. Development of consciousness is not existing separate from this day-to-day life. When you eat, when you sing a song, when you joke, when you see the movies, when you do the love affairs, when you do the business, when you teach, everything are the development of consciousness. Everything. There is no two separate things, this day-to-day life and development of consciousness. Only some people want to be isolated, apart from town, apart from human day-to-day life, go to the mountain and go to secluded place and wants to do certain spiritual exercise or meditation, whatever, for the consciousness development. That you can do it. You may do it. That's all right, because you, at that time, you avoid various kinds of trump card sounds, telephone sounds, various kinds of unnecessary, heavy, those things. You can avoid it. Making more consciousness is more focusing, and also more finer vibrations. But at the same time, you may go that way, but you don't need to go that way. Especially when you know that you can control vibrations by what you are eating, how do you cook, internal, this nourishing vibration. If you know it, then you don't need to go mountain. You can live in the middle of downtown, noisy downtowns. So in Oriental countries, from ancient times, there is a proverb. Small saint live in the mountain, but big saint live in the town, within ordinary people. There is such proverb. Small saint live in the mountain. Big saint live in the town among ordinary people, as ordinary person. And either way, fine. Either way, fine. Provided you do not hate your environment, you do not hate other things. When you go mountain, do spiritual exercise. If that is done because you hate town, you don't like the people, you don't like noisy, that means your consciousness already very limited, bound by hate, by restrictions, limited. Then when you do in the mountain the various kinds of spiritual development, or you can't do it. Spiritual development means, or consciousness development means, you embrace all those things and grow and grow and grow. Accept it, embrace it. Okay? Same things, there is a proverb there. Fishes live in the unclean river. In the clean river, fish does not live. In the clean river, fish does not live, no fish lives. But in the dirty river, or more impurified river, the fishes are living. That means, if you like to make yourself, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, try to purify. You become rigid, you become narrow, and you lose your goal. Instead, if you affirm everything, still there you wisely select for you, but you never say this is bad, this is. Accept it, affirm it, and with affirming that within it, living, yet you keep your purities. That is the best. So Buddhism also say symbol is like lotus flower. As you know, lotus flower come out from the mud. Mud. From the mud, from the dirty things, from the wishy-washy world, pure spirit born. Not in the pure place, but from the dirty, pure spirit born. Same things when various difficulties there, then wise man is born. When world is peace, everything is rich, everyone becomes foolish. But when society faces difficulty, everyone is poor, everyone struggles. From there, wise man, saint, great philosophy will come out. And so, day-to-day experience, eating, crying, quarreling maybe, and the war, anything, day-to-day experience themselves are nourishing your consciousness. And then your consciousness grows. Cannot jump up from sensory to ideological, sentimental to supreme. Can't jump. Grow and grow and grow. When you become higher, you can understand them who are lower consciousness can have the sympathy, can guide them, can teach to them. But when you are lower, you don't have the understanding of person of higher. When you are climbing up the mountain, while you are in the bottom of mountain, at foot of mountain, you cannot understand what kinds of scenery a person who is on the top seeing. You can't see. So often these people cannot understand it. But they can understand because he passed the experience, all those things. So he understands. But they cannot understand him. So these people often, by these people, criticize, attacks, accuse, etc. goes in the histories. Like Jesus crucified, like Socrates was sentenced to death, like Galileo was denounced, and like Pasteur Goch, also non-medical profession, they were denounced, etc., accused in the court's office. There are many those things happen because they do not see yet their world. But eventually they see when they get older, when they get more experience, when they become more wiser, then you start to see similar or same world. Then they can understand, he's really true. He was really right. That's it. Usually that goes after these people died. Someone else also come up. Again, someone else come up. Confirm, reconfirm, seeing the same kinds of sceneries. Then, by repeating those experiences more and more, become that it was the true dream, true the scenery. But in the meantime, while climbing up this, someone is going this way, someone is going that way, someone is going this direction, someone goes that direction. So they think he's going opposite way. Or he's foolish, he's bad, he's wrong, he's going that way. This is the correct direction. And he's going that way, while other people are going that way. And he thinks this is right. They think that is right. So he thinks, oh, you are foolish, you are bad. Then he thinks, oh, you are bad, you are foolish. But everyone is actually going same directions. Same direction. Communist, capitalist, moralist, non-moralist, police and the criminals or for the bank robber, saint or bad sinners, so-called. There is no sinner but sinners. Okay. Everyone going same directions. from this world to the next world, from next world, furthermore next, all going in return into the infinity. Towards that way going. But the way to go is spiralically way goes. So direction appears that way or this way, various way goes. So it appears very different way. This person seeing this way, that person seeing this way, this person sees that way. Already even same orbit goes, not different directions, same orbit goes, still what seeing different things. Of course, if this person, that person, totally different scenery scenes. So, in this world, there is no one who is bad, who is good. In this world, there is no one who is sinner. And at the same time, there is no one who is perfectly right. Right? But in this life, everyone is brothers and sisters going in same directions. Though it appears, if we stand this and see them, then it appears as if they are going this way, that way, this way. But when we see far away up, look down, then you discover everyone going to the same direction. So, affirm other people as brothers and sisters. Their senior and junior is there in this travel of life. Senior and junior, like parents and children, elder brother and younger brother. But everyone are brothers and sisters, and everyone going same directions to go next life, world of consciousness. Therefore, everyone dies. Communist dies, capitalist dies, sinner dies, saint dies. Everyone dies. So everyone are born to this world, so everyone dies to the next world. Because everyone going same directions. Meanwhile, wishy-washy argument, etc., it's trifle things, very, very trifle things. Someone become millionaire, someone become poor, someone become this, someone become that. It's so trifle things. In this travel, important thing is not money, not position, not fame, but the important thing is whether your consciousness is healthy, sound, clear. That means your spirit, your mind is healthy, sound, clear. That means your placenta, which nourish your consciousness, mind, to be clean and clear, as well as vibration, which placenta is nourishing this, should be clean and clear and fine, and therefore your consciousness very clear. and fine and high. Right? So for that, macrobiotic way of life is there, right? For that. Then because so many sick people around us, so we were a little bit too much hanging around, the play around with like cancer and this and that. But because of that, often people forget macrobiotics is huge problems, but instead macrobiotics is some kind of alternative approach for sickness, etc. People think that, even some macrobiotic people. That is total misunderstandings. Total misunderstandings. To macrobiotic, to prevent or to heal various sickness is nothing but hobbies. Hobbies. So while you are going, from time to time you like to play the piano, you like to sing a song, etc. Or you like to play the baseball, you like to go to ski, etc. Same things. To take care of sickness, etc., is something like hobbies. More important thing is develop consciousness. But we like to go together with everyone, developing consciousness, developing spirit. But unfortunately, many people are through pain. Or I cannot understand the consciousness. I can't understand it after death or what's that. Anyways, I'm cancer. I'm afraid of this that. So, for the time being, must take care of them. Or don't worry, this way, then you can get better, etc. Right? For the time being, we have to take care. But that is not the purpose. That is only the hobbies. That is only something like while you are going, travels on the road, country road, you find out beautiful flower. So you pick up the flower, and you are writing poems, so forth. Then 1 hour or whatever, hanging around there, this flower, that flower, etc. Then again continue. Something like that. And possibly we like to go with everyone this way. So we have to make them strong. And then you can see, right? In this world, consciousness work very interesting, yin and yang. Suppose someone's consciousness working more towards yin way, someone else's consciousness working towards more yang way, has a general tendency, that kind of tendency. Even though sentimental level, same level, all social level, intellectual levels, someone's mind works more yin way, someone's mind works more yang way. Example is, compare with American people, European peoples, or Japan. American people's mind work more this way. Expand, space. European people's mind is more this way. More Japan is more extreme, more that way. More inside, deeper, deeper, inside, inside. Big things to small things. While many American people's mind work small things to big things. So some European countries more or less in between, comparing Far East, America, and Europe is in between. Like when you write address, right? Envelope. This is Western way of envelope. Like John, George, John what, whatever. John Allen, whatever. Allen is family name. John is his name. Then 125, street name, A Street. Then town name comes, Brookline or Boston. Then state comes, Massachusetts. Then country comes, if needed, USA. This way, from small to big. Your individual name, then family, or house number, street, then town, state, country, small to big. Japan, China, different. They write this way, and write this way. How they write? Country, America. Next state, Massachusetts state. Next Boston. Next street, A Street, A Street. Next number. Next family name, Alan, John. This you get here, Mr. Their case, Alan, John, here, some. This comes last. America, states, town, street, house number, family name, individual name, and Mr. or Mrs. whatever. Okay? Completely opposite. Right? Although I am called, for example, Michiokushi, but actually my name is, in their country, Kushi Michio. Right? Kushi Michio. Not Michiokushi, Kushi Michio. Right? Same thing, George Osawa is George Osawa. That in Japan, so Osawa George. Osawa George. Okay? And so, completely opposite. Similarly, American people's mind is like franchising, like expanding, okay? Colonization, this and that goes. More. They, for example, their god or whatever, biggest one. Then they made shrine, national shrine. Then they made town shrine. Then they made street shrine. Then they made shrine, miniature shrine, carrying in the house. Then they make furthermore day-to-day carry this kind of bag or whatever, carrying in the pocket of the symbol of shrines. Universe, comes here. You know bonsai, right? The bookstores nearby bonsais. Right? Nature is there, right? But they want to carry into the house that nature. Right? Bonsai is there. They go, their culture thinking goes from big things towards inside. And finally, they think God, I is same. And when I am self as it is manifesting God itself. Okay? Like that. So various kinds of training begin, like meditation, chanting, etc. Right? While Western countries, God is always there, not here. So always pray to it, or ask to it, or serve for it, obey to it, or sometimes complain to that. But consciousness work for some people that way, for some people this way. Okay? And both ways are good. No way is bad. Okay? Both ways you must understand. And in this case, some group of people using more right side brain, or more left side brain, or more front side, or more back side. Depends on what they have been eating, generation to generation, as well as where they have been living environment. Okay? By that, way of thinking is different. That is natural. But at that time, if you say, I am right, you are wrong, that is wrong. You are right, as well as they are right. If you live in that environment and pass 2-3 generations, then become them like thinking, become them. Okay? And so, in the world of consciousness, higher consciousness, lower consciousness is there, but bad way, good way is not there. Now, furthermore, when you do the consciousness in each level, okay? Thousand images come and back, so forth goes. Very interesting. Okay? If you like to, okay, now decide something. You like to write a book. Okay. This is wheel of book writing. While will consciousness goes, you are creating spirals along that wheel, the consciousness spiral. That goes. How I should write. I have to spend the time. Okay? So planning, efforts, designing for lighting. This is for light. Okay. For this view. But at the same time, opposite spiral lines. This is opposite. When you goes, then around you, two opposite spiral. You know, right? Okay? That's a physical phenomena, physical law. When you go, then there are two, not one, two opposite spirals, opposite ways. Then this one is opposite. So this one is work against this, anti-lighting. Wonders. Really, should I light? Is this sellable? Or is this worthwhile? Should I do more something else? Time taking is not may not be worthwhile. Right? This anti-lighting. Right? They are balancing. Right? Always go like that. Okay? Always. Then, each of the spirals, one is affirming lighting to support, another is against it. Each one of them furthermore spiralize, because after this goes down, then energy go opposite side goes, started to again expand, right? These things always review, criticize, this one. Planning, effort, design. This is not denying book writings, but this is criticizing. Is this planning is good? No, we should change this way, that way. This opposite. One is centrifugal pedal spiral. Another the opposite, sorry. This should be right. Centrifugal. Same. Center to. So open. Then for this also, anti-writings. Oh, this is not yours. I should not write. Try to destroy this will. For that, again, opposite thinking. No, I should write. No, I may be too negative. Let's say. Okay. This criticizes. Criticize. Review. This one. If you like to do something, always you have those four spirits appear around you. Okay. Four spirits appear around your consciousness, or four different consciousness comes always. Always. Basically two groups. You may say positive group. You may say negative group. Okay? Anything you do that way goes. If you like to date with him, mind goes, oh no, better. May I? Should I? Should I not? Always there goes. And if you think this positive one is so-called, we call good, angel, then this one we call devil, or evils, opposite. But these two, more four consciousness around you, when you think something, plan something, appears. And that, this one take over your consciousness, that one take over your consciousness, this one take over, going on. Okay? All right? You may say that is called like guardian spirit. Right? Okay. And, or in my terminology, that is your consciousness differentiated into two groups, or yin-yang group, or four groups. Furthermore, if we talk, furthermore, small differentiation goes. But just two or four, that's enough to understand. Now, however, I suppose this is, suppose here, now you are with this positive one lightings. Okay? Then, in order to continue positive one, we must make this energy strong, this energy weak. That means, what does it mean? What you are eating, what you are reading, what you are listening, in other words, what you are receiving energy, what you are receiving, what you are nourishing are more suitable for this. Not so suitable for this. That means, if you like to write some the novels or poet, suppose if you like to write very delicate poems, you need eating more refined vegetable cookings, occasionally fruits, etc. Then more refined, delicate music or poem comes. If you like to have more strong music, like Beethoven's number 5, must have block of meat together with little wines or little eggs, of course, to be organic fertilized one. Okay? Chicken and rooster must play around before that. Okay? And the salty dark bread. Then, da-da-da-da comes. Okay? Okay? So, depends on how you are supporting. This becomes strong. But suppose in this, you like to write book. But suppose you are taking ice cream, or like what? The Coca-Cola, or etc. Or you are eating too much, etc. Then, instead you are nourishing this, you are nourishing this. Then this becomes strong and strong, and this becomes weak and weak, and you said, oh, forget about it. Goes. So once you set your mind, suppose you like to do it, then intentionally you must support it. In order to accomplish, you must support it. That means your vibrational quality, which you get from food, from listening, from reading, etc., to be supporting that will. Not taking against things, detrimental things. Suppose you take this, now you like to write. If you take cocaine, this disappears. No more this disappears. If you take alcohol, drunk, then that disappears. Right? So, consciousness, nourishment for consciousness, nourishment for will, nourishment for consciousness, very good, very important. However, while you are doing one action, you must know not only those things in your consciousness, but when you start to move, then opposite force always happens. Opposite. That opposite force may come from outside. From various directions. You know, when you run, the more pressure strong, isn't it? When you walk slowly, pressure is less. When you run, pressure is more. So same things. When you act, thinking and act, do, then pressure. So naturally, opposite force goes. If this opposite force suppose strong, then this opposite force takes big spiral again. And this opposite force that creates consciousness, image, etc., is destroyed. Instead, if this is small, then create more positive, one. So more making you stronger, more and more goes. This pressure. So now, whatever you want to do, you must have strong will. Strong will, whatever comes opposite, you go. That will and guts. If you don't have it, from the beginning, better not to think. to do it. Ultimately, for your dream, you don't mind to give your life, destroy your life, don't mind. To that kind of guts need. Then any strong opposition that comes, you go, not being destroyed. But sometimes destroyed, like many other people experience, sometimes destroyed by the anti-force. If you do not have, you do not like to have such strong one, strong opposition, then you go slowly. Stop for a while. Look around, again slowly. Then this pressure is not strong. At that time, it takes time. At that time, you need the careful, this way, that way, etc. Like in that sense, like Jesus was not careful enough. He wanted to say that he did. He wanted to do, he did. So in 2 years, what opposition came back. The same thing, George Osao was longer than Jesus' time, life, but many oppositions, government opposition, this is accusation, put in jail, this, that, many opposition. So when you go, you must know your conditions. Can I tolerate its opposition? Or can I go with what speed? By that, you can set when I accomplish book writing, when I accomplish this dream, how long should I take? Okay. I am much more slow going than them. Still opposition, etc. will come, of course. But I'm taking to accomplish my dream together with you, your dream. It takes about 2,000 years, I'm counting, to make this world one healthy, peaceful world. So I'm much more patient. But at that time, it takes this generation, your generation, next generation, next generation, next generation, or at that time, all the different type of guts in it. That is continuance of dream. If you take long time, then you need continuance of dream. If you take shorter time, opposition is big, but you don't need to have the efforts to continue your dream. Whatever you want to do, that short time goes. Yang way, yin way is there. Anyway, in order to accomplish your dream, you should know what are your conditions. You are yin, you are yang, you are lazy, or you are not lazy. For you, physical activity is suitable or mental activity is suitable. For you, more poetic way is better, or more theoretical way is better, more scientific way is better, or more social way is better. Various way. You must know your ability, your characters. By that, you have to choose how you go. But always what you have to know is these images. Suppose, okay, you plan to write a book, or you plan to make rice, you plan to marry. Whatever you do, think that always create two, four spirals as well as opposition. Okay? Always. If you don't like to be like this, then best way is you don't think, you don't plan, and you just sleep. Okay? Right? As long as you want to do something, always counts. This is this is inevitable. But what you should know is that you created this. If you don't think book writings or whatever, those things didn't happen. Huh? In other words, if you want to change this world, if you want to help that person, if you want to do that, by that your thinkings, you are creating positive spirals, negative spirals, oppositions, this, that, etc. Okay? Right? So, those forces, supporting force or opposite force, complications, actually you are creating it. Okay? No one else. Therefore, cunning person is, I don't think, I don't plan, I don't take initiative, I don't do anything, just I be sitting quiet. And whatever they want to do, I will say, okay, okay, okay. I don't take any responsibility. That is cunning way. Very cunning. Someone wants to do such kind of life, hiding in the mountain, right? A very cunning way. No guts, right? In some sense, very selfish way. But by experiencing various whirlpool of consciousness around you, your consciousness growing also to become big trees. And many branches, many kinds of leaves, thousands, millions of leaves, and many flowers comes. If no storm, if no the hurricanes, no snow, no strong sunshine, this big tree don't grow in strong way. So, whatever you think, that's great. However, when you do not eat well, because of what you think is very rough vibration, so you can't continue it. Okay? In order to continue, it should be very refined, high quality. If very bad, then all short vibrations, long waves, short vibrations, all disappear soon. So, you should be keeping yourself very clean and have a dream. Then go. At that time, you think all various factors which comes is nothing but you are creating. So from time to time, you can do erase that image, erase. Especially when these things were, you are doubting yourself and you still you want to do, and the social opposition comes, this and that, various things going, you become confused. Then, because you created that thought in your consciousness, so you erase that consciousness.